What's going on, guys? I want to talk about Amanda Seales. Okay. Amanda Seales apparently is partnering with Bumble, according to Refinery 2029. Amanda Seales is partnering with them to do an improv series to help the dating world. Now, I don't think, well, this is a way to sort of continue to push Amanda Seales and her foolery onto different platforms. I don't understand why Bumble would need to hire somebody like Amanda Seales to help anybody with dating, because she sure is not helping men in regards to dating. This is all about women, and the fact that Bumble has this time, has enough time in the day to hire Amanda Seales lets you know that they know there's no hope for a lot of women. This is why Bumble introduced policies to help the women who weren't getting checked for, the women that were constantly getting curved, right? Ghosted. They're trying to help those women out. And Amanda Seales is the person to do that. So let's get to the article from Refinery 29. Amanda Seales isn't afraid to have provocative conversations. In fact, tackling tough topics seemed to be her niche. Of course it's her niche. It's the only niche she has. She takes the popular opinion. Amanda Seales has never taken an opinion, has never had an opinion that was put out there that wasn't the consensus social media popular opinion. Okay? Now the insecure actress and comedian is partnering with Bumble to launch a dating inboxes, an improv series that combines romance with honest discussions about social issues in true Seales fashion. Some of her signature humor. I've talked about Bumble. I have another video on this channel. Y'all go and check it out, about Bumble changing their policies. If you're not looking for a certain type of woman, they're gonna see that as you discriminating, and they will boot you from the platform. Amanda Seales doesn't even have a man in her life. But again, she's able to use the whole social issues narrative because for some reason, Bumble has went further and further left. All right. Now, it seems to me that Bumble wants their social media pat on the head. So they go and they get one of the biggest loudmouth females out here, okay, who doesn't have a man but wants to tell you how you can improve your dating life. I mean, this is where we are in 2021. All right, let's back to this article. Through her comedy, Seales has perfected the art of weaving together cultural and political conversations. The series will tackle topics such as gender wage gap, her pro-choice stance, and misogyny. Of course, that's why she doesn't have a man. And you're bringing this woman, I'm assuming, to your platform. They're gonna bring Amanda Seales to their platform, unless they're sponsoring her, to do what exactly? What exactly is she gonna do? Is she gonna make men dislike her even more? Because that's all she's gonna do, or make men dislike your platform, Bumble? Do you really want to push men away? Because online dating doesn't benefit men at all. Only if that man is trying to smash. He's just looking for a one-night stand, then it benefits him. But for relationships, it doesn't benefit men at all. All right. Now, it says, and while these issues can be controversial and in some cases taboo, Seales wants to dispel the myth that you need to dumb yourself down on a date. To her, it's all about authenticity, not whether a potential partner meets a certain unattainable set of criteria. And that's why Amanda Seales is single, right? When Amanda Seales is dolled up, she smiles, you would say, I'm pretty sure she can get a lot of different guys, right? But that's not the reality, because her mentality is screwed up. She has a very unattractive mentality. And when you have a very unattractive mentality, there are people who are not going to deal with you. And you're bringing on somebody to do. Now, again, I guess this is for Bumble to sort of push their brand beyond dating, even though they need to stay in their lane. You're bringing on the wrong person. At least bring on a woman that's married. Bring on a woman that has success online dating. You're bringing on listen, Amanda Seales is a grifter. She's a grifter. You're literally bringing a grifter onto your platform, Bumble. Are you that desperate to get validation on social media? You got all these other dating social media sites that are more well known than you. So you're trying to make it into social issues. You're trying to shame men into dating a certain type of woman, which is what it is. You want men to accept women with all their flaws. I'm sorry. If a guy considers himself to be of higher stature, he's not going to accept you. You just need to get over it. Now, more from the article. Over the phone, Seales tells R29 Unbothered that dating in boxes has a double meaning. Right now, it means dating in these square boxes on Zoom. She says, but for a lot of people, dating in boxes mean you have to compartmentalize. My friends have very clear wants, and they're like, do these people fill these boxes? And at the end of the day, you just want someone who values you, and that's the only box that matters. Of course, but those people have to be able to get along, because if those people can't get along, if those people have gripes with each other, it's just not going to work. Dating is not as complicated as people want it to be. But the fact is that you have a lot of women who can't accept accountability. And because they can't accept accountability while their relationships fail, they're constantly single. But they never look at themselves in the mirror. It's always the man's fault. It's always the man's fault as to why they are single. They can never take the opportunity to work on themselves. It's everybody else's fault. And you're bringing the wrong person to your platform to try to push this narrative. She doesn't even have a man. So how is she going to help anybody get a man? I can see if it was a situation where she has success, through Bumble, and she can help other women, but you don't want to do that. You want to make it into a sideshow. This thing is going to become a literal sideshow with grifting as Amanda Seales. More from the article. Seales is a millennial and I'm a proud Gen Zer, but we both check two boxes that come from their own set of dating difficulties, being black and a woman, of course. In our conversation, Amanda shared dating horror stories of being chastised for prioritizing her career or dating to take time for self-care. Things I can absolutely relate to. I felt like she articulated experiences I've had but haven't always had the language to explain them. Seals' outlook on dating is radical and refreshing. How is it radical? Listen, there's nothing radical about what she's doing. What she's doing is causing more women to damage their dating life. It's just like when y'all claim men who take the red pill damage their dating life. What do you call somebody like Amanda Seales who don't even have a man? And if she does, he's a casual friend with benefits. She is not in a happy, loving relationship. Now, if things have changed in the short term, let me know. But I don't see it. I don't see it. Right? And includes the theory that black women's focus on self-evolution before marriage will soon be copied by Caucasian women like cornrows at Coachella. Here, Seales talks about how the angry black woman trope and colorism affect our relationships, while melanated women are ahead of the curve on self-care and what we can expect on dating about. Listen, man, a lot of black women don't understand that you're damaging your own relationships. Once again, just like y'all love to talk about how men taking the red pill are damaging them socially. What do you call this? Like, seriously, what do you call this? More from the article. I think they'll just have a good time, but for what it's worth, I wrote a sketch that was true to me in my comedy and from my point of view of dating and womanhood. For a lot of people, there is this idea that you have to dumb yourself down and dim your light to date the person you want. I just want to show a woman who feels she has to do that, but at the end, the dude is very direct and she realizes that she didn't have to. Let's see. What comes to mind is the black woman have become very focused on our self-care and wellness. In doing so, we have really focused on making changes that the patriarchal society that we live in doesn't support yet. So typically we are ahead of the curve, and this demonstrates that. You're ahead of the being single and depressed. That's what you're ahead of. Now, this is a long article. I'm not going to get all the way into it. Y'all can go and check it out. I'll put a link in the description box. Y'all can read it. I think it's a whole interview. I skipped over the question because the question didn't matter. I just want y'all to hear the answers from Amanda Seales. This is a joke. I mean, this is a joke. I mean, but again, Bumble wants to be, they literally want to be BuzzFeed. I think that Bumble wants to be the new BuzzFeed. But look at what has happened to BuzzFeed. Do you really want to become BuzzFeed, Bumble? Now I can see you expanding your brand because you want to make money, from operating that dating site, because I'm pretty sure it costs, right? But you're going about it the wrong way. You should be trying to bring in actually married women or women in long-term relationships who may have met online. Those can be the most effective at gaining audiences, but you're trying to bring in this grifter, this whole we about to struggle, but we get a whole lot of opportunities, Amanda Seales, to drive men away even more. And you hired her, you're bringing her onto your platform, and it's only going to make things worse for Bumble. It's not going to make it better. You're not ahead of no curve. Over 70% of melanated women are single, and they cannot get into a relationship that lasts more than a month, maybe 2 months, right? Then they're back single again. Because once that guy get around them and he realizes that he liked screwing her, but he doesn't like relationships with her, then she's going to be right back on these dating websites looking for somebody else. That's the reality. And you're bringing in Amanda Seales that's only going to continue to push that narrative, unfortunately.